Hi there, and aloha from Waikiki, Honolulu, Hawaii. It is dusk here in the beautiful islands of Polynesia, and I would like to address the question of this video right now. In other words, how do you set your vibrational tuner? How do you set your tuner to vibrate the vibrations that will emanate and radiate out electromagnetically to actually attract via the law of attraction the experiences and the people and the good luck and the miracles and the wonderful experiences that will fulfill our highest expanded versions of who we really are and what we really want in our life experience, in our life movies. I would say that there are a number of ways to raise one's vibrational frequency. The very first one that I learned as a child was to just run out in the woods, to be out in nature. Every time I went out in nature, no matter what was happening, I always felt cleansed. I always felt the pure positive well-being, the pure positive cosmic energy of nature, which of course you can see right here. Behind me is the Alawai Canal and the volcanic mountain chain here. And I love being here because I am able to experience a great deal of oneness with the mana of energy itself. It's pure, it's divine, it's potent, it's cosmic, it's cleansing, it's uplifting, and it raises my vibrational frequency. So the more time I spend outside in nature, the better my life seems to be going. I don't really believe that we were meant to live inside the little boxes that we call our homes. And in fact, I began to notice that when I was still living in San Francisco. I began to notice that I was craving more and more and more time in nature, and I knew my bliss was going to be finding my way, creating my way, opening a way to come home to nature. And so I spend many a night sleeping out here on this lanai underneath the beautiful stars. If you look over here right now, you can see a magnificent sunset right there over Waikiki. It's about 85 degrees, very, very mild breeze, absolutely beautiful in every way, and it is a vibrational zap to the soul, to the psyche. It really, really helps a person amp up their vibration to a point where they can begin to attract in all the good stuff. That's one of the brilliant insights and teachings of the Abraham-Hicks teaching, is that unless you are vibrating at a certain level, just like a magnet, you will not attract around you the magnetic filings. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you are vibrating at a lower place, you will attract magnetic filings or experiences or people or whatever that are actually vibrating at that. So if you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you see a lot of angry people, you can be pretty sure that you're out of touch with how angry your vibration really is, because of course something like anger isn't considered very appropriate. So often we will have vibrations going on unconsciously in us that we are unaware of because we think they're inappropriate, and so we repress them, which Freud and Jung discovered, into the collective unconscious. And that's why there is so much suffering. Eckhart Tolle talks about the collective pain body, the ego pain body of our culture, of our society, which is built out of all of this repressed, unconscious, negative energy, which people are afraid to feel, and therefore they don't work with it. So I would say that number one step after you realize that nature will always help you is to leave the house, turn off the TV, get out into nature, and begin to honestly own your real frequency vibration, and like really allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. And so if you're feeling unhappy, you need to raise somehow the feeling of unhappiness. So I find it's very necessary, at least for me, to figure out what thought system is creating the emotion of unhappiness, because an emotion will not happen on its own. Either you will be picking it up by observing it in others, or you will be creating the emotion by focusing on thoughts that are negative and disconnected from your expanded cosmic super inner being. It's another brilliant insight in the teachings of Abraham, where Abraham says the feeling of negativity that you feel is your emotional guidance, your gauge, telling you how far this ego biocomputer is from the vibrational escrow, from the real vibration of who we really are, which are divine cosmic superselves, boundless, limitless, made of consciousness and bliss. So those negative feelings need to be dealt with. Abraham used to talk about the hot stove, and how people do not want to admit that they're touching a hot stove, so they tranquilize their fingers long enough until their fingers burn off. So it's really important to become aware of what you're feeling, because that's your vibrational attraction point. We are broadcasting our vibration, and the universe is matching our vibration. Before I came to Hawaii, my vibration was a consistent vibration of loving Hawaii. I loved the music, the coconut palm trees, the beautiful tropical air, trade winds, the aloha spirit, the gentleness of the people, the courageous stance of the culture, the overwhelming, blooming beauty of the natural setting. I loved everything about it, and that love amped up my vibrational offering to the point that I was able to become a match to living here in Hawaii. Hawaii and I became a match, and it wasn't out of my efforting. It was out of love. Loving your dream is how you become a vibrational match. Loving your dream and not being afraid and not doubting is how you reach the match point where you are a match to the higher self, who is already living the dream. And you come together and you live out of that cosmic super selfhood, and the kingdom of heaven becomes real, and you live a life of joy and bliss. Aloha from Waikiki at sundown.